Right, so for this project, I'm going to use a t-shirt yarn. I'm going to use a 6mm hook, a pair of scissors, a needle, and this bag handle that I purchased from Amazon. Let's get started. All right, we're going to start by wrapping your yarn around your palm this way, and then cross it the other way. Make sure that the shorter side is quite long. And then you're going to bring your hook. You put your hook under this yarn and then pull this out. And then you're going to chain one. After you chain one, pull the longer side a little bit, and then go ahead and insert 5 single crochets into this chain. Once you have 5 single crochets, pull your longer side and tighten this. This is what your circle should look like so far. And then what you're going to do now, you're going to pull out the shorter side. And then insert your hook into these 2 loops, just like that. And then you're going to bring the longer side and yarn over, pull 2 loops. After that, you're going to insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, and then pull a loop. So at this point you should have a total of 6 braids. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you're just gonna pull your loop slightly, and then the shorter side, we want to insert your hook this way and pull it to the back. Okay, this is what our circle should look like. All right, so now you're going to chain 1, so after you chain 1, we're going to insert 2 single crochets into each stitch. But what we're gonna do is to insert where you have your first single crochet, you're going to insert your hook in between that single crochet. Just like that. This is what it looks like at the back. And then you're going to pull a loop and do a single crochet. Go ahead and insert another single crochet. So we're going to repeat that. In between this single crochet, you're going to insert your hook, that's what it looks like at the back. Do a single crochet and insert another single crochet. Again, we have the single crochet right here. Insert your hook right there. That's what it looks like at the back. 2 single crochets into that stitch. So we're just gonna keep repeating that until we get to the end of the circle, the end of this row. Here's the last one for this row. And then once we get to the end of this row, we're just going to insert your hook into the first braid at this top, yarn over and slip stitch. So go ahead and insert a stitch marker into this first stitch right here. Alright, so we're gonna work on the next row. So we're just gonna chain 1. This row we're going to start by inserting a single crochet into that same stitch. And then we're going to work 1 single crochet in between in between the single crochet from the previous row. So you're just going to insert one single crochet, and then in the next one we're just going to insert 2 single crochets. And then the next stitch we're just going to insert 1 single crochet, then the next, in between the single crochet from the previous row, we're going to insert 2 single crochets. So we're just going to continue with this pattern, 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets. We're just going to repeat that till we get to the end of the circle, till we get to the end of the row for this circle. And then you're going to meet me back and I'll show you what the next row will look like. Alright, we're just about to complete the 3rd row. So we're just going to take out this stitch marker. And so the last, we did 1 single crochet. So the next stitch, we're just going to insert 2 single crochets. and then you're going to insert your hook into that first braid, pull a loop, and then slip stitch. So here's what the circle looks like so far. Don't worry about this little hole in the middle. We're going to close that up when we're done with our circle. Okay, so now we're just gonna chain one, and then you're going to insert one single crochet into that first stitch, in the next stitch we're going to insert another single crochet, and then we're going to insert 2 single crochets in the next one. So we're going to repeat 1 single crochet, and then insert another single crochet, and then in the next one we're going to insert 2 single crochets. And then 1 single crochet, another single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. So you're just gonna repeat that 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets into the next 2 stitches, so 1 each, and then you insert 2 single crochets into 1, then 1, 1, and then 2, 1, 1, and 2. So just repeat that till you get to the end of this row, and then meet me back, and then we'll complete it. All right, at the end of row 8, which is the last row for this circle, again you're going to take out the stitch marker, and then insert 1 last single crochet, and then insert your hook into the next stitch, pull a loop, and slip stitch. So this is the end of the circle. So you are going to go ahead and cut your yarn. Chain 1 and pull a loop, then tighten that. So turn the circle, and then you're going to hide your yarn. So insert your hook this way, Okay. Bring this yarn all the way down. And then you're going to go ahead and tie this yarn to the other one. Okay, and then you can just go ahead and cut both yarns. And that's the end of the circle. So next we're just going to get our needle. Insert your yarn into the needle. Cut your yarn. And then you're going to tie one end of the yarn like that. Okay. You're just going to close sew this hole up. Okay, once you're done sewing this up, you're just going to make sure that you tie it. So once you're done, you can go ahead and cut your yarn. Again, you can go ahead and hide your yarn as well. And there you have it. So you can see that the circle in the middle is now closed. So here's your circle. Here's what it looks like. So just go ahead and rewind and follow the steps again and create another circle. And then once you're done making your second circle, meet me back and then I will show you how to complete the bag. All right, once you've done crocheting your two circles, you're going to turn them this way so the backs facing each other. And we're going to bring 4 stitch markers. Place your stitch marker anywhere on the circle. And then you're going to count 4 braids. You're going to count 10 braids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to place your stitch marker. Do the same thing with this second circle. count from the stitch marker. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 braids, and then you place your stitch marker. All right, so you're gonna place your circles this way, and then you're going to take out your stitch marker from this other side. Bring your yarn, insert your hook this way, pull a loop, and then chain 14. And then on the other side, you're going to take out your stitch marker, and then insert your hook from the front this way, pull a loop, and then you're going to slip stitch. Okay, and then you chain 1. Once you're done doing that, just make sure that your circles are facing the same side, and then you're going to do 2 slip stitches. You're gonna do 2 slip stitches into the next 2 loops. And then you're going to go ahead and insert 10 single crochets into the next 10 stitches. And then you're going to insert, you're going to do slip stitches into the next 2 loops. And then on the next braid on the circle, you're going to slip stitch, and then chain 1, then turn your work. So again, make sure that your circles are facing the same side. So again, this time we're going to skip the first chain, the first loop right here, and then we're going to walk in the back loops. So this is our back loop. So this is not the back loop, this is the front loop. We're going to be working on the back loop, this one right here. So we're going to slip stitch into the next 2 back loops. And then in the next 10 back loops, you're going to work 1 single crochet. So 1 single crochet into the next 10 back loops. And then the next 2 back loops, we're going to slip stitch. So one slip stitch, second slip stitch, and then in the next braid here, insert your hook and then slip stitch, chain one, and then turn your work. Just make sure that you are on, your two circles are on the same side, and then again you're going to repeat two slip stitches, skip one stitch and then insert, do a slip stitch in the next two back loops, and then the next 10 back loops you're going to insert one single crochet in each of them. 1, 2, 3. So again, you're going to insert, you're going to do 2 slip stitches, and then insert your hook into the next braid, slip stitch and chain one. So just repeat the same pattern until you get to your stitch marker right here. So you're just gonna continue this way all the way till you get to your stitch marker. So again, you do 2 slip stitches and then 10 single crochets on the back loop, 2 slip stitches, insert your hook into the braid and slip stitch, chain one, turn your work. So that's the pattern basically. So just continue that till you get to your next stitch marker, and then meet me back, and then we're going to work on the next step. All right, when you get to where your stitch markers are, you're just gonna go ahead and take out the stitch markers. And then you're going to slip stitch all around this, the mouth of the bag, this way. So just continue slip stitching until you get back to where you started, and then meet me back there, and then I'll show you the next step. So we're back where we started, and now we're just going to cut this yarn. Chain one up, and then pull your yarn. Tighten that properly, and then inside this bag you're going to hide your yarn. tighten it inside the bag. And then you're going to cut your yarn. That's what that looks like. All right, awesome. So now that we're through with the with this part of the bag, we're going to attach the handle. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach this to the bag. So first you're gonna bring your so you're gonna place the handle this way, okay? So then the yarn is going to be inside the bag, and then you're going to insert your hook this way, and then you're going to pull a loop, when you pull a loop, you insert your hook and then pull another loop, and then pull it that way, okay? And then we're going to insert the hook again at the top, like that. You're going to pull a loop, slip stitch, and then insert it at the bottom, pull a loop, and then you're going to slip stitch. Again, we're going to insert the hook at the top, pull a loop from the inside, slip stitch, and then insert the hook at the bottom, pull a loop from the inside, and then slip stitch. Okay? Again, we insert your hook at the top, pull a loop and slip stitch, insert it at the bottom, pull a loop, and slip stitch. That's what it looks like so far. So again, insert your hook at the top, slip stitch, insert it at the bottom, pull a loop, oops, set it at the bottom, pull a loop, and then slip stitch. And then we're going to insert the hook. Just gonna slip stitch. So once you're done with that, set your hook from the inside, pull that loop inside like that, and then we're going to go ahead and cut the yarn. And then you're going to go ahead and insert your hook into that loop, and then bring your yarn, pull a loop and pull it that way. And then what you're going to do now is to pull that yarn, tie it to the other end, to the other yarn, this way. Okay, and then you can cut your yarn. Then go ahead and hide the remaining yarn. Okay, perfect. So that's what that looks like. So go ahead and attach it this way on the other side, and then when you're done, meet me back and I'll show you how to crochet the lid of the bag. And so now we're done with we're done attaching the handle. So we're gonna work on the lid of the bag. So I am going to use a combination of brown and yellow yarn for the lid. So first we're going to do a slip knot. And then you're going to chain 20. So after you chain 20, you are going to turn your chain this way, and then you're going to walk on the back loop this way. You're going to do a single crochet, so again you're going to walk on this loop right here, So when you get to the end, you are going to insert 3 single crochets into this loop right here in the middle. And then you're going to insert a stitch marker into the middle loop. And then you're going to continue inserting a single crochet into the next stitches. So when you get to the last loop, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. And then you're going to continue to work 1 single crochet into each stitch. Alright, when you get to your stitch marker, you take this out and then insert 3 single crochets. Again, insert your hook into the middle stitch. Insert your stitch marker into the middle stitch. And then just continue with the single crochet till you get to the end of the row. Alright, again, when you reach the end of the row, you chain 1, turn your work, and then insert single crochets into each stitch. Again, take out your stitch marker, insert 3 single crochets into that stitch, insert your stitch marker in that middle stitch, and then continue with your single crochets. So when you get to the end of this row, you are going to cut your yarn. Chain one and pull your yarn. Next, you're going to bring your yellow yarn and set your hook into that last stitch. Pull the loop of that yellow yarn, chain one, and then turn your work. So we're gonna pull both yarns this way. And we're going to slip stitch. Gonna start slip stitching. Just gonna continue slip stitching. All right, when you get to the end of the row, you chain one and cut your yarn. Pull your yarn, tighten it, and then you can go ahead and hide your yarn. That's what it looks like. Then you're gonna go ahead and cut your yarn. And then you're going to hide your yarn on this side as well. And then go ahead and cut your yarn. So here's what that looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and attach this. Make sure it's right at the center. So you're going to go ahead and expand your back clip. Go ahead and attach the clip, the lid, that way. And then we're gonna sew it right at the center. All right, so we're gonna use an invisible nylon thread and needle to sew this at the back. This is the final product. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe.